Okay, so we're back and we are talking about the Coca-Cola logo. So over the last couple of sections of this course, we've been redrawing this logo from your, on the left there, your bitmap image, and to the right there, we've redrawn that into a vector-based image. Obviously, depending on the process that you're going to use for t-shirt printing is whether you actually do really need to redraw it. In some cases, the customer's going to give you a pretty shabby bitmap image. If we zoom in, this one is a bitmap. You can see the pixelation there already, but it's actually quite high res as a PNG, so it's not too bad. And you could probably get away with printing this on a DTG machine or a transfer print machine that you get from, you know, with like a clear transfer paper. You could even run that through something like a print cut system, like a Mamaki or a Roland. Lots of other sort of print systems out there on the market as well. If you wanted to basically print this on a print to cut system, you'd have to run a cut path around the outside so the machine could print the bitmap, and all you'd really need to do is just put a cut circle around the outside, so it's not too much trouble at all. This particular image is pretty decent, but some people are going to give you some pretty shabby images like this. So they're going to come along and go, oh, I want this printed on a t-shirt, and you're like, man, by the time I've blown it up, it's going to look awful. Okay. So that's the situation where you either want to redraw that and charge the customer maybe a £20 setup fee to do that for you, for them, to give you a nice high-res vector image. Now you're going to find a lot of customers are going to be pretty lazy, okay, and they are just going to come along and say, yeah, can't you just draw that for me, or you know. But if you say, well, yeah, I can redraw that, but I'm going to charge you £20. One, you're going to get £20 for sitting there drinking a coffee for half an hour and just drawing the logo up, which is fine. That's how you make your money. Why not do it? But more often than not, they're going to go away and they're going to find someone that's actually got their logo, someone that's designed it for them, or find you a better image. It's a great service to offer as well, to be able to redraw that logo, you know, and it's value added. It's going to bring you a little bit more income. Okay, so let's just talk about logo positioning and sizing. So in the ebook, if you brought the full course with the extra ebook, then we can actually ship that out to you if you want to. I'm sure that there will be a sales link on our Facebook group for this. But there's a 30-page book, and it tells you about sizing. It tells you a little bit about pricing as well. I know we cover most of it on the course, but I think it's quite comprehensive. So please go over there and grab that as well. So here we've got this Coca-Cola that we've redrawn into line work, which is, like I say before, vector-based graphics, ideal for cutting on a vinyl printer. So I'm coming up to the top here where it says t-shirt layouts and new designs, and let me just go over that. So I've basically got a t-shirt template. Man, this is so key in your business, is having some decent templates, and I've sent you some links when you bought the course to some free vector-based t-shirts, hoodies, just a few bits to get you started, okay? Always, when a customer wants a quote, is do a layout, okay? Just so they've got a visual of what the t-shirt's going to look like. In the documentation, although I'm going to go over it in a moment, we talk about sizing. So let's just take this Coca-Cola logo over. So I'm going to copy that, Control-C. Don't forget your hotkeys guide. And I'm going to go over to the second document on the tab at the top there. And I'm going to go Control-V and drop that in. Now what I like to do as part of my sales process is to lay this t-shirt out for the customer. So the customers come to you and they said, oh, I want this particular logo. In this case is the Coca-Cola logo, and I want that printed on the back of a t-shirt. Okay. I'd also like it printed on the left-hand breast. Now let's just consider a few things here. So first of all, I'm going to rescale this by using the corners, okay? And that's going to hold the aspect ratio, okay? It's going to keep that circle a circle and not an egg shape or something strange, which happens when you grab one of the side corners. Now I know I'm repeating myself a few times when I say this, but what I'm just trying to do is drill into you the processes, the tools over and over again, and I don't want to get too involved with too many things, okay? We're just going to stick with the basics. So I'm going to grab this Coca-Cola logo, I'm going to bring it over and I'm going to put it on the back of a t-shirt, okay? That's huge, obviously. So let's just scale this back down, grab the corner. let's position that over the back. Now, things to think about when you print this t-shirt is, one, you don't want it too high, especially if you're thinking about girls because they're going to have long hair, especially if you're printing a hoodie because you don't want the hood to cover the logo. So I always, like the guys always seem to work on around 15 centimeters drop from the top of their collar there down, okay? So position wise, it looks around here. Don't forget, when you print a t-shirt as well, make sure it is central and it is straight, okay? We'll go over some practical demonstrations in my factory a little bit later on that. Now, it's quite nice to have this logo through the middle of the shoulders here, okay? Through the middle of that cut of material, and we'll see that again actually when we actually go back and print that t-shirt. So I also additionally want to have this on the left-hand breast, okay? So what we can do is go Control C and Control V to copy and paste, and that's going to drop another one of those images out. I can delete that. I can also do as a quick way, I can go Control, so highlight the area, Control D, which is duplicate, and it's put like a slight offset so you can see it. Okay, I'll bring that over there so you've got it. Let's just say they want this particular logo. At the moment, it's multiple bits and pieces, so I'm just going to go Control Z there. And I'm going to grab a square around the whole of this logo and highlight it, and I'm going to go Control G, which is group. So I've grouped the object. As you can see now on the toolbar, it's highlighted these two buttons here now, which is ungroup objects and ungroup all objects. So you may have multiple groups of objects all grouped together. So if you ungroup that, it's going to ungroup all of the groups. And if you ungroup all objects, it's going to ungroup everything. So all of the groups will be bits and pieces, if that makes sense, okay? So I'm going to scale this one down, grabbing the corner, and we're going to bring that over, and I'm going to put it on the t-shirt over here. So that's given me a nice Coca-Cola t-shirt. I've sent that off, and the customer's now come back to me and said, I'd like a change on that, Adi, or could you show me a different option? So I'd like it without the circle. So I'd just like to see what it looks like with the Coca-Cola text. So what I would do in this situation, first of all, let's before I send that over, I would make the paper size actually landscape, which is great. Because the reason why I'm going to do this, and I'm going to scale that down to this sort of size, is because I want to export this to send to my customer as a PDF. Now, if half of this image is over and outside of this print area, when it exports that PDF, it's only going to export what's inside this page, okay? So up here on the top left-hand bar, right at the top there, Publish to PDF, you can also go File, and you can go, File, Export, and you can say, export as a PDF, so you can change it down here. There's a PNG, PDF, JPEG, AI file, lots and lots of different things, okay? Lots of different formats. Let's cancel that for a moment. So AD, yeah, great. T-shirt looks great. What I would like is to see another version of that without the round circle in the background. Is that okay? Yeah, no problem at all. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep this as option 1. And I'm going to open another page behind it. So when I export the PDF file, I'm going to have 2 pages. So the first option, which is with the round circle, and option 2 behind, okay? So down on the bottom left-hand corner where it says page 1, I'm going to hit the plus page icon next to it. Hit that, and you can see there, we've now got a blank page appeared, and the tab at the bottom right left-hand corner says page 2. So let's go back. I'm going to grab, clicking on the tab, page 1, I'm going to go back and grab the t-shirt. I'm going to press Control C, and I'm going to jump to page 2 using a tab, and I'm going to press Control V. And that's now going to give me, by switching between the 2 tabs, page 1, page 2. And I like that because it puts it down in exactly the right spot, and it looks really good. You know, when you scroll through on an email, it just will flick between the 2 images, lovely, and it will just show you without the t-shirt jumping. I don't know, it's just my OCD. Okay, so let's just get this logo over here, right? Well, we could do it. We could do it on there if you want to. Control Z. Let's zoom in. The only thing is, if the T-shirt isn't locked, meaning that it's not going to move, then we may get a few problems. I'll tell you what I'll do. Let me just grab that Coca-Cola logo. So I'll put a box around it to grab it, and I know that is grouped there as well. So I'm going to Control C that and delete. Yeah, okay, that's good. So I've copied it, but I've deleted it. Now what I want to do here is highlight this T-shirt, and I want to go along to right click, which brings the pop-up menu up, and I want to lock this object down. Okay, so what that's doing, that's fixing that T-shirt to the page, so that at any time it's not going to move the position while we're doing any artwork over the top of it. In fact, you won't even see it. Okay, so I'm going to click that, and you can see the padlocks have appeared. Now if I want to actually unlock it so I can move it or edit it, right clicking on the T-shirt and hit an unlock will release that from the page. Okay, so you know that I copied this logo from the Coca-Cola logo beforehand, and so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to press Control V and bring that back onto the page. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of the swish. I just want the Coca-Cola text. Okay, so I'm going to first off click on the logo. I'm going to then ungroup the objects, and I'm then going to click on the circle and press delete. And I know you can't see it, but Coca-Cola is actually there in white. If I zoom in, you can just about see it there. Okay. So I'm going to click red fill on the right hand side color bar on your color palette, and then that has colored that Coca-Cola. Again, we can do exactly the same if you want to. You can click on the circle, press delete, highlight the text, and color it red. Lovely. Okay, so that's now given me two options. So let me go back down to the bottom left-hand corner where page 1 is. I'm going to click page 1, page 2. That's given me two